Okay, welcome back. I used that time in between to make sure that first video was uploaded, and I put it on BGG for moderator review so other folks can see it. And it's amazing how many of you have already found the video, so I appreciate that. And I'm going to get these uploaded tonight while I sleep, so I'm going to try to get as many turns as I can. So you can see we've already done 3 rounds, so let's start round 4 right now and maybe even get a round 5 in. So again, apologies for that last round where I skipped the encounter phase. We are on the action phase. Now, as you may recall, we had 2 gate bursts last round, so there's a ton of horror on the map, and we already have a horror problem over there. So first thing we're going to do is McGee's going to go first, and we're going to come over and try to kill this monster. So we're going to go over and engage him. So move was 1 action. It engages us, of course, and now we're going to try to kill it for the 2nd action. So real easy kill, just 1 hit. Let me get a little closer here. I get to roll 8 dice, so I'm going to do 4 at a time. And there's the 1 hit. I don't need to do any more. So the Hooded Stalker is killed. There's no reward or anything listed on the card, so we just put it back on top of the monster deck. And his turn is over. But most importantly, there's no more monsters there. And so when she goes, she can do a ward action, and he can also do a ward action. And that's exactly what we're going to do. So she's going to move 2 spaces. She wants to get a clue, right? And then she's going to do a ward action here. And that is 4 dice for her. And there's the success. So she's going to remove this from her space. And then she's going to let him do a ward action. And he will try to remove one of his. So he has 3 of them there, but his ward ability, his lure ability is only 2. So let's see. She could have also let Ashcan Pete remove 1 from his side. This is actually a tough choice, but we're going to go ahead and do McGlenn there. Oh, and look at him. He's a beast. So he just removed another one, or 1, but he keeps succeeding on these amazingly difficult rolls. So now we're down to 2. And that anomaly doesn't go away until we get rid of all of them. And our lesson learned is when we draw those things, sometimes they give you a reward where you get to remove Doom. So let's make sure he's in the space with the Doom. So I think we're sitting pretty. I like the fact that we're in a spot with a clue. And then Ashcan Pete is also in a spot with a clue, and he's got a dilemma. We can go attack this thing, which is fine. We can definitely do that. But the thing is we can't attack it and then move back. That's the problem. And we want to get that clue. This thing, its directive is that it's going to move towards and engage an investigator with the most clues. And right now, that's Marie, and she's all the way over here. So this thing, it'll fly away, but it won't get to Marie. Marie's 3 spaces away. This can only move 2 spaces. See that 2 there? So I think we can ignore it for now. And Marie's not a wimp, so she can... Oh, and one thing I should have mentioned, she can intervene. And so when, what's-his-name was removing those 2 tokens, she can see once per round, while another investigator at any space is resolving a test, she can do lore -1 and add her test results to the results. So we're going to actually do that. So we're going to take 2 horror here, or 2 sanity. She has 7, so that's one of her strengths. So she's going to take 2, okay? And then we're going to do a lore -1 check. So her lore is 4, -1 is 3. So we're going to do 3 dice. And let's do that. And I failed miserably. Had I had any successes, I could have added them to his successes, and we could have removed more. That's what I'm trying to say. That's what I was trying to do. And, you get +2 lore when casting a spell. Okay, so that means we get to add 2 more dice. So I'm just gonna move these over and just re-roll these 2. No! Okay, this makes up for his amazing rolls. Okay, so nothing happened there. And yes, Ashcan's gonna go. And I think what Ashcan's gonna do is he's just gonna stay where he's at and remove Ward from the location he's currently at. And what can his second action be? Yeah, well, let's do that first. Let's do a Ward. He has 4 lore. He has a focus token that gives him +1. There's our success. So we're gonna go ahead and remove this. Now he has another action. He can move, but that doesn't help him remove the Ward tokens. So I think he's gonna do his scrounge thing. So we're gonna take another $1 for doing a resource gather. And then he has to pass a influence check to get rid of this penalty. So let's do that. 2 dice, by the way, for his influence check. And he failed. So there's nothing here that costs $2 or less, and so he can't do anything about that. So, all right, well that stinks, but we are now done, and we move to the monster phase. There's 1 monster on the board, and it's the one we just finished talking about. And so it's going to move 2 spaces, 1, 2, towards her, because she's the only one with a clue. Okay, so that's the situation there. And now we're gonna do our encounters. So let's do Mr. McGlenn over there. He has to do another anomaly encounter. And we're gonna grab an anomaly card. He has 2 doom instead of 3. So your vision blurs, buildings fall, cities quake and burn. You clutch your head and refocus. We have to test our will. His will is 3 + 1. So he actually has 4 dice. All right, let's see if his amazing rolls, whoa, sorry about that. I just dropped the camera. Let's see if his amazing rolls can continue. Look at this, 3 successes. He only needed 1, but he succeeded. If you pass, it all vanishes like evaporating dew. You remove 1 doom from your space. Well, I'll take that. So he gets another doom out of there. There's only 1 left. And that's it. Okay, so that's done. And now we're gonna go to her, and let's do the Black Cave. And that's Rivertown. So let's grab the Rivertown card. Black Cave, oh, it's gray. There is evidence of recent habitation. The embers of the fire are still warm. You pick out half-burned pieces of paper. We're gonna test our lore. She has a 4 with her focus token. So let's do this. Come on, Marie. And there it is, 2 successes. So if you pass, you decipher what you can. Adonai Azat Man Salamandre. You gain 1 spell and 1 clue from your neighborhood. Ooh, we even get a spell. This should have said Athrak, Nithrak. You guys remember that King Arthur movie? Anyways. Okay, so this is a clue token. So it was found, so we're gonna put it in the discard pile. Black Cave. Oh, we get a spell. So first thing we gotta do is grab a spell. That's this purple deck here. So we're gonna get a spell of binding. Choose 1 monster on any space and test lore using that monster's evade modifier. If you pass, exhaust that monster. Ooh, that's pretty neat. So it's a nice $3 spell. So we'll give that to her. And now we're gonna move on to, oh, and then she gets the clue. So we're gonna grab this clue from Rivertown and put it on her space. So now we move to Ashcan, and you can see Ashcan is up there in the north side and has a clue. So we're hoping to get that clue. and he's in the train station. So let's come back here because we're probably going to have to do a test. And my apologies. So let's go to north side. My son is here to help, by the way. That was the extra hand you're seeing. Okay, so north side, train station. It's gray, so this is a clue. By the way, if you're playing multiplayer, obviously you would give this to another player, so that way you don't get to see that this is a clue. But anyways, the posters on the walls of the kiosks advertised local shows. The Jazz Singer, Lazarus Laughed, Antigone, Tipping the Velvet. Test negotiation. Okay, this guy has awful negotiation. It's just 2. So we're only rolling 2 dice, Jason.
Okay.
So go ahead and drop it in the... And we failed. Oh, hold on. We can spend a focus to re-roll a die. Should we do that?
Well, I mean, do we want higher or lower?
We want to get those stars. See that little star there?
Oh.
We want a
let's
5
re-roll a 3.
All right, so I'm going to spend a focus, and this is one of the rules of the game. You can spend any of your focus. We're going to get rid of the will one, and so we're going to spend a focus, and he's going to re-roll a die. Just 1. And you didn't succeed.
I got doubles, though.
That doesn't help us. Oh, we have a rabbit's foot. Rabbit's foot says, once per round, you may re-roll 1 die when resolving a test. So let's re-roll again. Yay! There we go. We did a lot of re-rolls there. And by the way, we could have kept re-rolling if we were willing to spend more focus tokens. There's no limit to the amount of focus you want to burn. So we were passing this sucker, hell or high water. If you pass, you fall into conversation with the person next to you about the latest smash hit, Hamilton. You gain 1 ally and 1 clue. Oh, I like those. Okay, so we get an ally. I'm more excited about that than the clue. Gabriel Carrillo, he's a teacher. You may perform 1 additional action during your turn. Oh my gosh, he's a powerful one. Okay, so we have a lot of stuff going on here, but we're going to give him a teacher. And he gets the clue, which was amazing. And now we're at a spot where she can do a research and then let him do a research on top of that. So that brings us to the end of our encounters. And so now we move to the Mythos phase. Okay, so starting with Marie, Jason, we need to grab 2 tokens from this cup.
Random?
Yeah, they're random. You're not supposed to look. And then just lay them here so people can see it on the camera. All right, so Marie drew a blank, so nothing happens. And then this is a horror, so we're going to draw a card from the back of our encounter deck. And that's a train station. So we're going to put a horror token on train station. Are you taking off on me? You can leave. I'll keep it going. All right, so now we're doing Ashcan Pete's turn. And we have a clue and a newspaper. So let's do the clue. The clue is going to be on Easttown. So I'm going to just put this down while I grab a clue token. And we're going to put the clue on Easttown. The clues do keep getting added, even though there's an anomaly there. It's just that we can't get to it until we get rid of the anomaly. And then the Easttown, we're going to draw the top 2 cards. One of them could be a clue card. And we're going to shuffle in.
Could you tell me when the laundry's done?
Yeah. And now we added it onto the deck. So then the next one is the headlines. So let's draw the next headlines card. Revelers wearing fanciful costumes. Silver Twilight Lodge blamed. Sinister music unrelated, sources say. Headline, you suffer 1 horror for each monster in your neighborhood. This was Ashcan Pete. So there is no monster in his neighborhood, so we're fine. We like that. That's good. Okay, so next, and last but not least, is McGee. He's going to draw his 2. All right, we got 2 Doom coming out. So let's draw The first doom is going to be at TikTok Club. The second doom is going to be at River Docks. Both of them at the Merchant. So TikTok Club and River Docks, like so. We've gotten a little bit lucky with these doom tokens. Obviously that one hasn't been lucky for us, but we've been lucky that we haven't gotten any more doom there. So this game can go south quick. And we're doing okay. All right, so with that said, we are at the end of the round, and so let's go to the next round. 15 minutes for that round, and that's with me gabbing like a schoolgirl here. Okay, we know this thing is going to attack whoever has the most clues, which is her, but she could actually get rid of her clues, and let's try to do that. So her first action is she's going to do a research action. So for her, she gets +2 eyeballs there as a part of her research action. Her eyeballs are 2 + 1 is 3. So that's 3 dice, and this would be 5 dice. So she's going to do 5 dice for her research action. And I think that is it. So here's 4 dice. We'll just roll 4 and then roll 1 later. Oh my gosh, that's 4 misses. And then the 5th is a success. So if she would have succeeded twice, she actually would have put 2 clues, but we're going to put 1 clue on the scenario. So, because that was what 1 success does for her. And unfortunately, it would have been nice. Now, I could discard one of my focus tokens to roll another die or re-roll a die, but I'm not going to do that. I actually like these 2 focus tokens on her. Yeah, 5 dice. She still couldn't do it. But she's going to let him do that as one of her actions. Like, she gets to give out the bonus action, so she's going to let him do it. So he's going to... Is he? Yeah. So he's going to roll 3 observation, and then he has a +1 because of this here. So that's 4 observation, and if he succeeds... Oh, after you gain a clue, you gain $2. Actually, I was supposed to give him $2 a while ago. So there he goes. He's rolling in the money. So yes, he's going to get to roll 4 dice. So let's do that. And he has 3 successes. Unfortunately, he only has 1 clue. So his 1 clue goes on, and that's good. We have 2 clues already there. So her next action, I don't know what her next action is going to be. I think we want to clean up doom tokens, and we want to get clues. I mean, that's the moral of the story with this game. And right now, Rivertown is free of clues and doom tokens, so there's no reason to stay in Rivertown. And so I think she should move. So we can move to downtown to just start cleaning up doom, or I think what she's going to do is move here, anticipating that we're going to close this gate, and then she's going to help get a clue token. So that's what we're going to try to do. And this monster's chasing her, so she's going to bring the monster to McGlenn there, who likes to cause McTrouble. I know, bad joke, I'm sorry. I don't have other gamers here to torture with my bad jokes, so you're all gonna deal with it. Okay, so now let's move to McGlenn. It is his turn. He has 2 actions. His first action is he's gonna try to get rid of that Doom token, because he absolutely needs to get rid of the Doom token. And, yeah, so we only get to roll 2 dice. And he failed. So she's going to take 2 more horror and cast this spell here. That's lore -1. Her lore is 4 plus 2 because she's casting a spell. 6 minus 1 is 5. So if she gets any successes, she's going to add to his success. So there's 4 dice. Look at this. That's a success right there. Okay, so that's gone. And I know she has 4 insanity, but it was very important to get this off. And by the way, this spot here cures sanity. So she's probably going to move over to that spot at some point. But this goes away. And that was very important. And then he has one more action. And what's he going to do? What he could do is move. Yeah, I think move is the primary thing. I mean, he could always like get money and sorry about that. He can't focus. He can move. He can gather resources, but the dollar doesn't do him any good. He can't focus. He's already maxed out. He can't ward. There's no doom. He can't attack. He can't evade. He can't research. He can try to trade. Is there anything she has that he would want? Not really. Anything he has that she would want? Not really. Okay, so I guess we're gonna move. So there's a couple of things here. He can obviously start moving. He can move to the bridge, which would then allow him to face the monster, but we don't want that per se, because there's 2 clue tokens in this town, or this neighborhood, and I think he wants to get those clue tokens. So we're just gonna move him 1 over to protect her. Obviously, she would have liked to, actually, we will do that. She's gonna spend $1 when she did her move action, because she wants to recover the sanity. Remember I was mentioning that? You can spend $1 to get +1 to your move. And you can do this up to $2 worth, so you can get a +2. Yeah, because all she did was a move action, and that was it. So, yeah, that's perfect. I'm very sorry I didn't remember to spend that $1. She wants to cure her sanity there. She already had 2 sanity damage when she moved, and that alone was a reason to do it. Okay, so sorry about that. I'm just trying to think of everything while I'm recording, and I'm forgetting to play the game. So yeah, he will just move 1 space. He's going to stay in that neighborhood because we have 2 clues there, so we want to get the clues. So now we go to this guy, and yeah, we got a lot of... He has 3 actions now, which is crazy. The first one, we're going to do the ward. So it's 4 lore to remove that, that doom. And he failed. So he was not able to remove any of them. And then we're gonna do, I guess, a gather action. I mean, just get all kinds of money here. So he's gonna get another $1 for the gather. And then we're gonna test the influence to see if he can bypass that rumor. And we succeeded. So he does get to take something that's $2 or less, and the only item there is Liquid Courage, which is pretty good, because Liquid Courage lets him absorb 2 sanity damage. We're going to go ahead and move him down so we don't get the items mixed up. He's like a carrying machine. He's got so many items. And then he gets to do a focus because his guitar. So he will focus on, I guess he'll get that will 1 back. So gets the will back. All right, and then we get to add another item to our display. Elder Sign Amulet. Once per round, if 2 or more horror would be dealt to this card, prevent 1 of them. It's not bad. I mean, just so nice. I mean, you can absorb 2 damage and 4 sanity with that, or 4 horror. Okay. So his first action was the ward. His second action was to gather. His third action is to do what? He can't trade, he can't research, he can't evade, he can't attack, he can't ward a second time. He can't even gather resources again. All he can do is move. So what do we want to do from a move perspective? I guess he has a lot of money. So let's move here, because this will let him spend money to get items. I guess he doesn't have to stay in the north side because there's no clues there. But I'm concerned about 3 doom in that area. I'm also concerned about those 3 doom over there. You got to keep cleaning up. This is definitely a pandemic style game in that regard. And that's it. That's it for their actions. So now we go to the monster phase. She still has the most clues. So this hunter is chasing after her. Moves 2 spaces, like so. And then we are done with the monster phase. So now we do the encounter phase. So let's start with Ashcan, who's doing the north side. And I'm going to, usually when we do encounters, we're doing rolls. So I'm going to just leave the camera like this. And let's see here, north side. He's at the curiosity shop. The shop cat nudges something off of the shelf. Well, hold on. This is a clue token. Oh, I forgot to put a clue token there. I guess I had a clue card and didn't even... Oh my gosh. Whoever, if some of you were screaming at me for not putting the clue token there, I just found it. All right, here we go. The shop cat nudges something off the shelf and Mr. Thomas offers it to you at a discount. You may buy 1 curio item from the display for half price. If you do, the object whispers secrets to you of its long life in the hands of an old warlock. You gain a clue from your neighborhood. Okay, first thing we got to do is test the negotiation, which is a 2, because that rumor is going to, that rumor adds, oh, it's just a 1. So the negotiation I did was wrong. It's going to cause everything to be increased by 2 in the price. So I failed. So everything there is increased by 2. So, and then it says I get to do half price. So, so there's items there that are like $6 now. This dynamite is $5. And it says I can only buy a curio item, so I can't buy the dynamite. Dang it. So let's look at the curio items. This outer sign amulet's pretty darn nice. That would be $6 because of the penalty, but then it becomes $3 because of the half off. Another one that's pretty nice is this secret page. You get +2 lore as part of a ward action. I think I'm going to do the Elder Sign one, so it's going to cost me $3. If you notice, he has plenty of money because he's been doing a lot of scrounging. And so, yes, he has yet another item added to his arsenal. I think he's going to use Duke to trade those items to Marie or to McGlenn soon. And we get gain a clue from your neighborhood. So this is done and we get a clue that I didn't even realize was in that neighborhood. So my apologies. I somehow missed putting that clue token there. And I guess I was so concerned about getting it shuffled into the deck that I forgot to put the clue token actually on the game board. So I'm really happy I found it. That would have been very disastrous. Okay, moving on. We now have both Marie and McGlenn are in the east side with 2 clue tokens there. So let's do McGlenn first. So he is at the police station. Sheriff Engel doesn't seem to believe your stories about horrible monsters. Either test negotiation to plead your case or spend 1 remnant to show him some proof. I do have 2 remnant. If you pass or spend the remnant, the sheriff gives you a gun and a badge. You become the deputy of Arkham and gain a service piece. Well, we're definitely going to spend the remnant. That's a guarantee. So we're going to do that. And so we get a deputy of Arkham and a service piece. This is pretty fantastic, even though we didn't get the clue. Deputy of Arkham and service piece. So I'm just off camera here. I'm looking for stuff. I found service piece and deputy of Arkham. Okay, pulling them up. 1 second. Deputy of Arkham, you get +1 observation during the encounter phase. increase your focus limit by 1. Oh, that is amazing for him. He only had a focus limit of 1. And in the service piece, you get +2 attack as part of an attack action. Now, see, that's 1 hand, and this is 2 hands. So if he uses this, he can't use that. But he can, if he uses this, he could use this plus another one-handed thing. So this is a perfect item to trade away, because the Chicago typewriter is pretty dang good. But he at least has it now, and we can trade it to other players, and they would benefit from that quite a lot. So that's good for him. The police station paid off for him, even though we didn't get a clue. And now we move to Marie there. Oh, and here's the clue. She is at the Hibbs Roadhouse. Your head throbbing, you consider a drink. You may spend $1 for you or an ally to recover 3 sanity. That is an absolute yes, do not pass go, do not collect $200. So she now has just 1 horror. That was awesome. If you spend the money, you step outside for some fresh air and find 3 rogue figures slicing open a horse's stomach in the stable. So, oh, that sounds appealing. You gain 1 clue from your neighborhood. Okay, so we get a clue, and I'm adding that to her stash. And that concludes the encounter phase. So now we do the Mythos phase. So I'm gonna move this a little bit over, and I'll draw from the cup and just place them right here. And I wanna check real quick. Yes. So my theory was, I found this mysterious clue when I wasn't expecting one in Northside. I do have a clue token in the East Town, the East side. I wanted to check that there really was a clue card in the East deck, and there is. So I checked real quick and then just shuffled it back up. So anyways, we do it in order. The rules let you do it in any order you want, but I'm just gonna do it Marie first. And we get a clue and a blank. So the blank, of course, means nothing. And then we're gonna draw from the front of the deck, which is a green merchant district. And so I'm gonna do it right now. I'm putting a clue in the merchant district so I don't forget, and then draw the top two merchant district cards. And we're gonna shuffle, 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 and shuffle, shuffle. And these are going on the top of the merchant district. Okay, done. Now we move on to Ashcan. Ashcan Pete is drawing the last 2 of the bag. And so we get a reckoning and another headline. Let's do the reckoning first. There is currently nothing anywhere. In terms of items, like none of our items have reckoning effects or things of that nature. So now we got to do the one that's on the scenario. So the scenario has a reckoning effect that says, for each cultist monster, place a doom in its space. We have no cultist monster. We have this this abyssal servant, but see, he's a night gaunt. He's not a cultist. So nothing happens, basically, is what I'm trying to say. So this had no effect this round. By the way, I played a different scenario, the Innsmouth one. This one was devastating over there. And then, so I think this is sort of like your introductory scenario. Here, we got a headline. So let me grab that. And then I'm going to put all these tokens back in the cup, because we still need to go with McGlenn. So, rogue comet approaches. Comet never before detected by science. Will pass within 1 million miles of Earth. Absolutely no danger, says MU professor. I'm assuming that's Miskatonic University. And so this is a headline rumor, which is going to replace this headline rumor. So we're no longer going to get the $2 penalty at the shop. So this one's going to replace that. So that's good news. And then you can see here, there's a reckoning effect. So we just drew the reckoning token right before this, so we're not going to have to deal with it. But if there was a reckoning, Any investigator can spend a clue to discard this card, otherwise place a doom on this card. If there's 3 doom on this card, a gate burst occurs. And then we would discard the card. So gate bursts, of course, are not very nice. But we would need to get 3 reckonings before that happens. And remember, in a 3-player game, we're only drawing 6 at a time from the bag. So it could be a while before we get 3 of those. But that's currently the rumor that's staying in place. And it replaced the other rumor. And the reason that it replaced the other rumor is because the card flat out says it does. It says that it remains there until another rumor. And this is interesting. It says, add this card to the codex and discard all other rumor headlines. And then the value of each item in the display is increased by 2 for as long as it's in the codex. So actually, let me make sure. Yeah. So the Rogue Comet one says the same text. It says, add this card and discard all other rumors. So that's how I was able to discard the other rumor. So technically speaking, if we don't ever put 3 doom on here and we get another rumor, this card could actually be removed before this ever triggers. So that's interesting. Okay, now we're on McGlenn. I'm going to draw 2 more. Remember, we're back at a fresh cup, and here's the 2. So we have a gate burst and a doom. The gate burst will be first, and then the doom. So the gate burst is occurring in north side. So just a refresher, you draw from the front, and then north side's where the gate burst is going to occur. So north side is not good. We're going to get an anomaly up there. And I'll show you why in a second. So north side's going to get a burst, so that means 1 in each space. And the rule is, if you ever get 5, this comes out. So now, here's the thing. We had 1 in each space already, so let me take 1 away. So if I added 1 here, we would have had 4. If I add 1 here, we now have 5. This comes out. Now I need to add 1 for this space, but because that's out, it actually goes onto there. So we just got hammered by that gate burst. And Ashcan was trying to remove him, he failed. So he tried. Okay, now with that said, we now have another rumor, or another one coming out. But here's the thing, when you do a gate burst, it causes all these cards to get shuffled, and then they're put on the bottom of the deck. So the gate burst is sort of like your reshuffle mechanism for this game. So we shuffle them up, and they go to the bottom, like so. And now we do just a doom, which is on the back. So we're going to draw from the back, and it's going to show up on Velma's Diner. So the good news is we closed that anomaly, so it's just a doom and nothing more at this point. That would have actually gone on our scenario card had we not closed the anomaly up there. So that ends, I think this was round 5. So I'm going to just keep going, round 6. We get to do some actions. Ashcan is busy. Even though there's no clues over there, he's got a lot of cleanup to do. These 2 have 1 clue to deal with. And then McGlenn has some typing to do. So I think I'm going to start with McGlenn. He's going to do a move and go into the street. And you're going to get to see a street encounter, which is not that exciting. In fact, usually you don't want to be in the street because they're really not that exciting. But he has no choice. He wants to take out this abyssal servant before it moves again. And he gets 8 to his attack. He needs 4 to destroy this thing. So this is quite the powerful creature. So we're going to come over to here. And let's roll 4 dice. Whoops. And of course I dropped it and it became a outer sign. So 4 of his 8 dice had no hits. So let's do 4 more. And there's 2 hits, but that's not enough. He needed 4. So his 2 hits, we're gonna just put on the monster that is now engaged with him, and I'll just set it right there so you could see it. Oh, and he was supposed to take back 1 die. So I'm gonna re-roll these because I don't know which one was first or last. And I only get to roll 3 dice. And I only had 1 hit, so I'll take that away. Yeah, I gotta pay attention to the card, which I didn't do. Okay, so you would think that rolling 7 dice you would just annihilate monsters, but in that case I didn't. And I did 1 out of the 4 damage I need, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna discard this focus to re-roll a die. And I have this Ace of Rods that says I get to re-roll any number of dice. And so I'm gonna get rid of my focus, and this one was a success, so I'm just gonna set that there. But I'm gonna re-roll, what is it, 6 dice? So here's 3 of them. There's another hit. Okay, and then 3 more. There's 2 more hits. So I just did 3 more hits, and I killed the monster. So that was an excellent use of the items, and I got a little bit lucky there. Oh, I think I put this on him as a damage. I'm sorry. I grabbed the wrong token. So he's dead. I do get a remnant. That's what this symbol up here is. So I'm up to 2 remnants, and I don't think it has anything else for rewards. So that guy was pretty nasty. So got him, and now I'm gonna have to do an encounter in the street with him later. So I'm gonna move to Marie. Marie's gonna go, and Marie has 2 clues here. And so she's going to try to resolve these. And she has 2, 3 observation, and then this adds 2 more to make it 5. So she's going to try to do 5 dice check. So here's 4 of the dice. There's 1. And then I have 1 more die. Okay, so we got 1 success. And so she's going to put a clue on. And then she's going to let him do the check. Even though this guy gets 3 actions, she needs to quit giving him the bonus action. We need to give Glenn the bonus action because this guy has nothing to do with his 3 actions most of the time. But we're going to give him the action this time anyways. And he gets to roll 4 observation, 5. So there's 4, and trust me, he succeeded. So another clue comes on. So we have 4 clues now on here, and we just triggered deja vu. When there are 3 or more clues on this scenario sheet, add card 4 to the codex, but this one stays. So we keep the card, and we're gonna go find card 4. Parts of the mystery become clear. The note from yourself, the sense of deja vu, they're all because time is becoming unstuck. Effect may not be following cause properly right now, but you're certain that this phenomenon is the result of an arcane ritual performed by the cult you've been tracking in the city. You'll have to find the site of the ritual as well as the epicenter of the temporal disturbance if you're to have any hope of setting things to right. Armed with your new knowledge, you set out to again into the city and try to ignore it when flowers fold into buds and raindrops fly upwards to the sky. Take 5 markers, 1 blue, 1 red, and 3 white, and randomize them face down. Place each face down on these locations, then flip this card. So a blue, a red, and 3 white. So give me a second here. You're going to want to grab from here. So see, there's a blue, a red, and 1, 2, 3 white. So then what we do is we're going to put them all on the question mark side and then play a shell game. Shuffle, 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 shuffle. Get them shelled up. All right, so now it says we need to do one on Arkham Advertiser, Black Cave, Independence Square, Unvisited Isle, and Velma's Diner. So I know where Unvisited Isle is. I know where Black Cave is. Independence Square is there. Velma's Diner is there, so that advertiser must be over here. Yep. And it's this one up here. So now we flip over the card. Action. Reveal a marker at your location and resolve the effect based on its color. Okay. When you reveal a white marker, you find nothing. So whites are duds. There's 3 of them. When you reveal the blue marker, you get to add 6 to the codex. We're going to get another card. When you reveal the red marker, if the barrier is destroyed, add card 7. Otherwise, add that card to the codex face up. Oh, face down versus face up. Okay. If both blue and red markers have been revealed, remove all other markers from the board. Okay, so that is helpful because that gives Ashcan Pete another action to do. So what Ashcan Pete's going to do on his turn, well, hold on, did she, yeah, she finished, no, her first action was to do the clues and she still has another action. She's over there at a spot that can remove sanity, and what she's going to do is just move there because there's lots to do in that spot. So she'll get that started. And now we go to Ashcan Pete. He gets 3 actions, and what he's going to do for action 1 is move, and then he's going to do a ward. Yeah, no, I'm sorry. He's going to do the ward on the spot that he was on, and then he's going to move. So he's going to roll 4 dice. He wants to get rid of that 1 doom token, and he does. In fact, he would have gotten rid of 2. So that's the drawback. I have to get rid of all of these to remove that. So I got a lot of work to do. So I'm moving. That's action 2. And then for action 3, I'm going to flip this over, and I get a blue one. So the blue one was what again? Add card 6 to the codex. So card 6 is this one. The ground is marked with twisted and overlapping circles of wax and chalk. Skulls, wet red corpses, and fetishes adorn stone slabs, the walls and the ground all around. Clearly, this was the site of some mystical ritual, and judging from the prodigious quantities of blood involved, its aim was not benevolent. 2 robed figures draw curved knives and advance towards you. You reclassify the location from past to active ritual site. This space with the blue marker is the ritual site. Reveal cards from the bottom of the monster deck until you reveal 2 cultist monsters. Spawn them at the ritual site and put the rest on top of the deck in a random order. Action. You may remove 5 clues from the scenario to stop the ritual. If you do, remove the blue marker and flip this card. Perform this action only at the ritual site. Okay, so we have 4. So we're in good shape. But, okay, so now we got to find 2 cultists. So let's do that. Here's the first one. It's a rogue figure. He's a wimp. And then this one we've never seen before. So these are going to spawn at the site, and you ignore the spawn text on them. And, yeah, they're both 1 hit point wonders. So they're both going to be in our location. Well, actually, what they do is they engage Ashcan Pete. So I'm going to just put them down here to show that they are engaged. Both of them are engaged to him. So Ashcan's going to have a lot of fun. And he already spent his 3 actions, so he can't even attack one of them. So he could use some help. But we're done with our action phase, and now we move to the monster phase. And the monster phase is simple. These are the only 2, and they're both engaged. So we flip them over, and this one does 1 damage, and this one does 1 sanity, or horror. So I'm just going to grab 1 of each, and, you know, Duke can take damage. He's actually got a lot of things here. You got Jenna Capra here. She's an option. We can even damage Mr. 3 actions here. But I'm actually going to put them both on the Elder Sign Amulet, like so. So, actually, this one's very nice if you're... oh, I'm going to put this one on a Liquid Courage. That doesn't do anything for me, it just absorbs 2. And yeah, I'll do that. Okay, so we're done with the monster phase, so now we go to the encounter phase. Ashcan cannot encounter, which is fine because he was just going to encounter Anomaly anyway, so that's not super exciting for him. Let's do the street one, because I hardly ever get to see a street one. In fact, I've never personally been in the street. So where is the street? Oh, I never grabbed it. It's way up here. So let me grab this and shuffle it. All right, I don't have a lot of table space, so I just have it like way off the table here, but so we are on a bridge. Abner Weems, the town drunk, is leaning over the edge of the bridge, and for a moment he seems he might jump. So we can test negotiation. So he has 3 to his negotiation. So let's do that. Oh, I didn't even let you see what I rolled. I got 1 success. Okay, if you pass, Abner reveals that he was just fetching something he spotted on the edge of the bridge. You gain 1 common item. If you fail, Abner he curses you and stumbles off. Okay, so when you gain an item like this, where it's common, I can take it from the display, or I can just randomly grab it from the deck. And I'm just realizing there's only 4 of them there. I'm always supposed to have 5. So let me draw another card. The 5th one is First Aid Kit. An investigator or ally in your space recovers 1 health. Oh, that's pretty good. But that's a one that Ashcan could get that one for free. I get to grab an item, and I guess what I'm going to grab? Dynamite! As part of an attack action, you may discard this to deal 5 damage to each monster you're engaged with. So, what a wonderful, wonderful gift. That's a nice Christmas gift for Cthulhu enthusiasts. Shotgun. Ooh, this is a nice one too. You get +5 as part of an attack. That's even better than my Chicago typewriter. Each 6 you roll counts as part of an attack action counts as 2. Wow, that's even better. Okay, well, too bad we couldn't have taken that one. In fact, if I would have taken from the top of the deck, that's the one I would have gotten. Well, I like the dynamite as well, so why not? The dynamite would be perfect for Ashcan, but he's on the other end of the map. Okay, so we are done with him, and now we're going to go ahead and do Marie up there. She's at the diner. She can get anything she wants at Alice's restaurant. So East Town here. Let's see if sorry, I'm trying to get this to focus. I'm holding the card with one hand and the camera with the other, and I can't tap my camera. There we go. She's at Velma's Diner. It's gray, so we're going to get a clue. A sign in Velma's window shines the word open, made of glowing glass tubes. You gain 1 clue from the neighborhood. See, we don't even have to do anything. We just get the clue. That's even better. The patrons sport flannel shirts and facial piercings while eating avocados on toast, and the prices are outrageous. You may spend $5 for you or an ally to recover 3 health. She and her allies have no damage whatsoever, so we're not going to spend any money. But that resolves that. The thing I love about this game so far is, yes, these clue tokens, these clue cards get shuffled in, but because it's East Town, the clue itself is thematically a part of the location. So, I mean, if it weren't for the fact that this is gray and giving you a clue, this seems like a card that would naturally just be a part of the deck. I just love that. And I know it's not very complicated of a concept, but it seems really cool. And I just wanted to comment on that. I just think that that's an amazing thing. Anyways, we're done with encounters, and now we do a mythos. So again, we're going to start with her. And she's going to spawn a monster and a doom. So let's do the monster first. I'm just grabbing from the bottom of the monster deck. And we got this eyeless watcher. He looks pretty bad. Yes, he is. Okay, he spawns at an unstable space. So remember, the unstable space is the top card of the discard pile, and that is Velma's Diner. So he's spawning right where she is, and he's going to engage her immediately. So she's now engaged to a wonderful new husband named the Eyeless Watcher. And he's a hunter that would move towards a particular target, but since he's engaged with her, he won't move. He will stay and attack her. That's how the AI works with these. And, oh, her other one is she's spawning a Doom. So we're going to draw the back card, and the Doom is going to show up at the Curiosity Shop, which is very bad because there's an anomaly there. So this is going to go directly onto the scenario. So we're up to 2 now, and I think we need 3 in order for something bad to happen. Yes, something happens if 3 gets there. I don't know if it's bad, but I'm assuming that since it involves Doom tokens, it's not going to be good. Okay, now we go to Ashcan's turn. Let's draw 2. Look at... Didn't I tell you we would never... Oh, Ashcan once again gets these. Oh, there is a universe that has a sense of humor. Okay, now we're gonna go to Mr. McGee. Okay, well these are both good. So nothing happens, and then we're gonna draw a clue. Okay, the clue is gonna come from the front, and it's gonna be in the downtown area. So once again, before I forget, let's put this token in the downtown area, and I'm going to grab the top 2 downtown cards and shuffle, shuffle. All right, and that brings us to the end, and we're ready to start a new round. So I'm sitting at just about an hour, so I'm going to go ahead and hit close and start getting some of these videos uploaded. I may have to continue the rest of this tomorrow. I'm having a blast. I typically like the war games and the and more level up dungeon romp type games. That's more my style, but I really do enjoy this. This is so much fun. I also enjoy Eldritch Horror. I would say that this right now is on the same level as Eldritch. I do enjoy Eldritch a whole bunch. Mansions of Madness is just a tad lower. I love the app. I just don't like, with Mansions, I feel like I'm running around a lot and not doing much sometimes. Like I can just always be away from the action, and I'm constantly looking at question marks and getting nothing for it. I also don't particularly care for some of the puzzles in Mansions of Madness. Because if I'm not a character that's good at doing puzzles, because I don't have a high, I think it's observation, I just feel like now I got to wait for a character to run all the way across the map to go do the puzzle because I'm not capable of doing it really well. It's just those kind of things. That sort of knocks it down a notch, but the app is excellent. I love what they did with that. And then Arkham Horror, the card game, I'm just not into at all. I do own it, and I've played it a lot. I love the fact that there's linked campaigns. I love that part of it, but I just don't find it to be fun. I think deck builders in general are not deck builders, deck construction. That's a deck construction game. I enjoy deck builders like Clank or Thunderstone Quest. A deck construction kit where you have to construct your deck before you play the scenario, it just does not appeal to me at all. It feels like I'm going to work. I might as well just go do chores for my job or mow the lawn or something. That's how it feels. But anyways, I do at least know the mechanics of it, and I've played it, and there are pieces of it I really enjoy. I wish Lord of the Rings deck construction, game had those linked campaigns that Arkham does. But anyways, I'm digressing. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoy these. I will get these uploaded, and it'll probably be, because it's a Sunday night, I have to go to work. There's this pesky thing called work tomorrow. So it might be a while before you see me upload some more. But I hope you at least enjoy these early videos. And for those of you that are hoping to see gameplay, I hope I showed you plenty. I would say we're about halfway through this game. We've already found the ritual site, and we have a lot of monsters we need to kill. So that's just going to be annoying, but we are at 4 clues already. And once I deal with this monster, I can start uploading the 5th clue, which is enough to disrupt the ritual. I don't know if I actually need the red token. The red token is a barrier. I don't know. I mean, we're going to have to just read these cards more closely once I get the 5th token here to see if we can, because the ritual site just simply says you may remove 5 clues from the scenario to stop the ritual. And then if you do, remove the blue marker, and then I'm going to flip this card, and we're going to see what it says. I've done this twice now, and I don't remember what happens next. So it just shows how much I was paying attention. I was more focused on the rules, and by this deep in the game, I'm eating my chicken wings or whatever, and just gabbing with people. Anyways, we're going to find out together, because I honestly can't remember what happens next. I just know we're halfway, and if I can get that 5th clue in here, that's a huge thing. I think bad things happen if, we trigger these doom markers. Like, there's almost like this, we could actually go up a doom path and lose, whereas we want to go up the clue path and win. So it's pretty binary here. There's like 2 things. If you get a lot of doom, bad things happen. If you get a lot of clues, then good things happen. Eventually you win. I can tell you that some of these other scenarios are not that cut and dry. There's some amazing things in Innsmouth, and maybe I will be able to show that to you at some other time. So enough rambling. Thank you for watching, and stay awesome.